All right, let's start with a question I think we all know the answer to. Have you ever stood in front of a closet that is packed so full, it's practically overflowing, and you let out a big sigh and say those 6 famous words, "I have nothing to wear"? Or how about that feeling of scrolling through social media, seeing a new trend pop up every single day, and feeling completely overwhelmed, like you're constantly playing catch up? So you buy the trendy pieces, you wear them once or twice, and then a few months later they're just sitting in the back of your closet, like a sad monument to a bad decision. That feeling of not being confident in your own choices. It's exhausting, isn't it? If any of that sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. And I also want you to know that the problem isn't you. And it's definitely not that you don't have enough clothes. The problem is our entire approach. We've been taught to just get dressed every morning as a chore. But we've forgotten that we can build a style as a form of self-expression. And that, right there, is the game-changing difference. True, timeless elegance, the kind we all admire, it doesn't come from an expensive price tag. It doesn't come from chasing the latest, fleeting trend. It comes down to 2 simple but powerful words: understanding and intention. Understanding who you are and being intentional with every single choice you make. Style isn't some magic gift you're either born with or you're not. It's a skill. It's a language. And the good news is anyone can learn it. So, in this video today, we are not just going to run through a lazy list of fashion mistakes. No, we are going to do something much more powerful. We are going to dissect the why behind these common pitfalls. And from there, we are going to build the 5 core pillars of a timeless, elegant style. This is a roadmap, a masterclass to redefine your relationship with your closet, and more importantly, with yourself, to discover the most confident and elegant version of you. So, you might want to get ready to take some notes. Because I promise you, by the end of this, you will never look at your closet the same way again. Let's get started. All right, everyone. Let's dive right into the absolute cornerstone of elegant style. The first and most important pillar, the core foundation. And the very first thing we have to talk about here is fit. Rule number 1, a perfect fit is a form of respect for your own body. Sounds obvious, right? But let me ask you something, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Are you holding onto an item in your closet that belongs to a past version of you? Maybe it's that dress from 10 years ago, or that pair of goal-weight jeans. Listen, I'll admit it, I've been there. I had this gorgeous teal-colored silk dress that I wore on a very special anniversary. Years went by, and my body changed, as it's meant to do. But every time I saw that dress in my closet, I felt a pang of nostalgia, and worse, a little bit of guilt that I wasn't that slim girl anymore. I'd try to squeeze into it, and that tight, constricting feeling, it wasn't just physically uncomfortable, it was a confidence killer. That beautiful dress, which should have brought me joy, had become a silent judgment. That's the psychology behind wearing clothes that are too tight. And on the flip side, on days we feel less than confident, we hide in baggy clothes that swallow us whole. Both of these choices, too tight or too loose, send the same message, that we're not comfortable and we don't love the body we're in right now, today. The legendary costume designer Edith Head said it best, "Your clothes should be tight enough to show you're a woman, but loose enough to show you're a lady." What a perfect line, right? So, what's the solution? You have to redefine what well-fitted means. It does not mean skin tight. It means the garment gracefully skims your body. The shoulder seam sits perfectly on the edge of your shoulder. The sleeves end right at your wrist bone. Your pants don't create that dreaded muffin top. A good fit celebrates your natural shape, and most importantly, it allows you to move with freedom and confidence. And here's my non-negotiable advice. Find a good tailor and make them your secret weapon. A $50 pair of pants, tailored to fit you perfectly, will look 100 times more expensive than a $500 pair that's too long in the leg. That small investment to turn something off the rack into something custom-made for you. It's a total game changer. It is the ultimate act of respecting your body. So, once you've nailed the perfect fit, the next thing that separates a high-end look from a cheap one is something you can feel the second it touches your skin. This brings us to rule number 2. Fabric is the soul of your outfit. Let me tell you the tale of 2 white shirts. Years ago, I bought a cheap polyester blend white shirt. It looked fine on the hanger, but wearing it on a hot summer day was a nightmare. It didn't breathe at all. After a few washes, it turned a dingy, yellowish color and the collar started to pill. Around the same time, I decided to invest in another white shirt, a bit pricier, made from a linen cotton blend. The difference was immediate. It felt soft and breathable against my skin. And the magic part, the more I washed it, the softer and more beautiful it became. To this day, years later, it's still one of my favorite pieces. The cheap shirt lasted a few months. The quality one has lasted for years. That, right there, is the difference between a purchase and an investment. According to a report from the UN Environment Program, the fashion industry is responsible for about 10% of global carbon emissions. When we buy cheap, disposable clothing, we're contributing to a massive environmental problem. Choosing quality, long-lasting fabrics isn't just a style choice. It's a responsible one. So how do you choose good fabric? First, become a label detective. Look for natural fibers like cotton, linen, silk, wool, and cashmere. But even more importantly, use the touch test. Next time you're shopping, just close your eyes for a second and feel the material with your hands. Feel its softness, its weight, the way it drapes. Your instincts will tell you what's quality and what isn't. Trust your hands. But here's the thing. Even with a perfectly tailored dress made from the most beautiful silk, there's an invisible hero or villain that can make or break your entire look. This is our final point in this section. Undergarments are the foundation that determines a flawless finish. Okay, I'm going to ask a personal question. When was the last time you got a professional bra fitting? A year ago? 5 years ago? Ever? Did you know that studies estimate that up to 80% of women are wearing the wrong bra size? 80%. That's a crazy number. We wear them every single day. Yet they're our most neglected garment. The wrong bra creates back bulges, unflattering lines, and can completely ruin the silhouette of the beautiful top or dress you're wearing over it. I remember getting ready for a friend's wedding once. I put on this beautiful silk sheath dress, but something was just off. When I looked in the mirror, I could see the lines of my lace bra right through the fabric, and the straps were digging into my shoulders. It looked messy. On a whim, I ran to a lingerie store and got fitted for a simple, seamless t-shirt bra. When I went home and put it on with the dress, it was like magic. Suddenly, everything was smooth, seamless, and looked 1,000 times more expensive. It was a lesson I'll never forget. So please, stop treating your undergarments as an afterthought. Invest in bras that fit you perfectly, in different styles for different necklines. Get seamless panties for your fitted skirts and pants. And let's talk about shapewear for a second. It's not about squeezing yourself into something unnatural. It's about creating a smooth canvas, so the masterpiece, your outfit, can truly shine. Think of it as the high-quality primer you put on before you paint. Alright, so we've poured the perfect foundation with fit, fabric, and undergarments. Now comes the fun part, building the house and painting the walls. This is part 2, creating your personal visual language. And the first thing we need to master in our visual language is color. Rule number 4, a neutral color palette is the backbone of a versatile wardrobe. I want you to take a mental snapshot of your closet right now. What do you see? Is it a beautiful, cohesive collection? Or is it a chaotic explosion of random colors that don't really work together? That bright pink blouse you bought on a whim? That trendy lime green sweater that's now just sitting there? They end up becoming wardrobe orphans with nothing to wear. Trust me, I know the feeling. I went through a phase where I was obsessed with bright, trendy colors. I remember buying this fabulous fuchsia top because I saw it in a magazine. But when I brought it home, it clashed with everything I owned. Trying to build an outfit around it was exhausting and always felt wrong. On the other hand, I have a simple cashmere sweater in a classic camel color. It might seem boring to some, but I can wear it with blue jeans, white trousers, a black skirt, cream-colored silk pants. I could go on all day. One item creates dozens of outfits. The other creates headaches. My experience shows that over 70% of the most elegant women's closets are built on a foundation of neutrals like black, white, beige, gray, and navy. They aren't boring. They are the perfect canvas that allows you, your confidence and your personality, to be the star of the show. So, what's the game plan? You need to harness their power. Try monochromatic dressing. which means wearing one color from head to toe, like a stunning all-winter white outfit. Or tonal dressing, where you play with different shades of the same color, like a deep navy blazer with lighter blue trousers. It is the definition of effortlessly chic. And when you want that pop of color, use it as the punctuation mark. A beautiful red silk scarf against a white button-down shirt. A pair of emerald green heels with a simple beige dress. A mustard yellow handbag. That's how a stylish, confident woman uses color. But wait, does a neutral-based wardrobe mean a boring wardrobe? Absolutely not. It just means you have the perfect canvas for your personality to shine through. And that, my friends, is where we bring in the spice. Which brings us to rule number 5. Patterns are the spice, so season your outfits carefully. Which camp are you in? Are you terrified of patterns? Or are you a pattern addict, sometimes mixing so many that your outfit looks chaotic and busy? The mistake is to go for patterns that are too big, too loud, or too trendy, the ones that are everywhere one season and gone the next. They completely overwhelm the person wearing them and can make an outfit look cheap. Let me tell you a story about how I learned to wear leopard print. I used to think it was just too much. My first attempt was buying a huge, all-over leopard print dress. When I put it on, I felt like I was wearing a costume. It just wasn't me. Needless to say, that dress never left my closet. Years later, a stylist friend gave me some advice. She said, "Don't let the leopard wear you. You wear the leopard. Use it as an accent." And it was a light bulb moment. I bought a slim leopard print belt and wore it with a simple, all-black dress. Instantly, the entire look felt more chic, more intentional, more me. From there, I graduated to flats, a scarf. That's how you tame a powerful pattern. You start small. So what are the ground rules? First, stick to the classics. Bread and stripes, polka dots, plaid, subtle florals. They are timeless. Second, think about scale. If you have a petite frame, choose smaller prints. Third, if you want to mix patterns, make sure they share at least one common color to tie them together. So you've got your beautiful base colors. You've added a pop of pattern. But what's the one piece that frames the entire picture and pulls it all together? That is the power piece, the final layer, and our 6th rule. Your outerwear is the finishing touch, not an afterthought. Be honest. Have you ever put together a killer outfit, only to ruin it at the last second by throwing on that old, frumpy jacket because it was chilly outside? We've all done it. The mistake is thinking of a coat as just a functional item to keep you warm. But the truth is, when you are outside, your coat is your outfit. It's the first thing people see. I remember I was meeting a major potential client for lunch one day. My outfit underneath was sharp, a silk blouse and beautifully tailored pants. But it was a cool day, so I grabbed my old, comfortable cardigan. The second I walked into the restaurant and saw my client in a chic, structured trench coat, I felt my confidence just plummet. My sloppy cardigan was screaming, unprepared, before I even said hello. Right after that lunch, I went out and invested in 2 key pieces, a classic beige trench coat and a perfectly fitted navy blazer. They were 2 of the smartest wardrobe investments I have ever made. The trench coat works with jeans on the weekend and over a cocktail dress at night. The blazer makes anything I'm wearing instantly feel more powerful. They don't just keep me warm, they create a sharp silhouette, and they communicate polish and professionalism before I say a single word. Here's the mindset shift. Your coat isn't an afterthought you throw on over your outfit. It's the cover of your book. It makes the first impression. Make it a great one. Okay, so your outfit now has a beautiful shape, fabric, and color story. But right now, it's like a book with no chapters or a painting without a signature. It's time to move into part 3, the art of the finishing touches. And we're going to start with rule number 7. Accessories are the punctuation for your outfit. Think about a sentence without any punctuation. It's just a long, rambling mess with no focus and no impact, right? Your outfit is the exact same way. And the mistake I see most often is a double-edged sword. It's either doing way too much or doing nothing at all. So, take a look at what you're wearing right now. What's your punctuation? A simple watch? Your favorite earrings? Or is there nothing at all? I look back at my younger years, getting ready for parties, and my motto was definitely, more is more. I put on the giant statement necklace, and the big, dangling chandelier earrings, and a stack of noisy bracelets that jangled every time I moved. Looking at photos now, it's hilarious. I was a walking, talking Christmas tree. Nobody saw my dress. Nobody saw me. All they saw was a chaotic jumble of accessories all fighting for attention. That's the mistake of doing too much. Then, of course, I overcorrected. Terrified of looking like that again, I swung to the opposite extreme. I wore nothing. I'd wear a simple, beautiful black dress to an event, and I just felt plain. The look was safe, but it was boring. It had no personality. That's the mistake of doing too little. So, where's the balance? It lies in that iconic piece of advice from the one and only Coco Chanel. Before you leave the house, look in the mirror and take one thing off. Less is more is your guiding principle here. Instead of wearing every accessory you own, choose one star player for your outfit. If you're wearing a bold statement necklace, then your earrings should be simple studs. Period. If you choose dramatic earrings, let your neckline be clean and open. Let one piece have the spotlight. Don't make your accessories compete with each other. And even more important than quantity is quality. A classic watch with a timeless design, a pair of small, real pearl earrings, or a single, beautiful silk scarf will always look more sophisticated than a pile of colorful, cheap plastic jewelry. Remember, your accessories should be a whisper of your style, not a scream. So, once you've added the perfect punctuation to your outfit, there is one final piece of the puzzle that everything, literally everything, rests on. It's your connection to the ground. Rule number 8, your shoes are the foundation of your confidence and your comfort. Have you ever gotten to the end of the day and you are just dying to kick off your shoes? Think about how that pain affects the way you walk, the way you stand, your entire energy. Your words can lie, but your body language never does. And your body language is dictated by your shoes. The mistake is wearing shoes that are scuffed, worn out, dated, or worse, trendy but painfully uncomfortable. I will never forget, I was giving a career-making presentation years ago. I chose a pair of very trendy heels because the color matched my suit perfectly. But they were cheaply made and incredibly stiff. The first half of my presentation went fine, but by the second half, all I could focus on was the sharp, screaming pain in my feet. I started shifting my weight, my posture slumped, and I know I lost some of my focus. My powerful, confident energy just evaporated with every painful step. The lesson I learned that day was brutal but clear. Your shoes will betray you at the exact moment you need your confidence the most. The designer Christian Louboutin said, "Shoes transform your body language and attitude. They lift you physically and emotionally." He is absolutely right. A great pair of shoes isn't just beautiful, it supports you. So, what's the solution? Instead of having 20 pairs of cheap, throwaway shoes, you need to build a core shoe wardrobe of 5 to 7 classic, high-quality pairs. A chic pair of leather loafers, a classic pump in black or nude, an elegant pair of ballet flats, a clean, minimalist pair of white sneakers, and a stylish ankle boot. With just those, you can elegantly conquer almost any situation. And finally, take care of them. Treat your shoes like an investment, because they are. Get your leather shoes polished. Replace the heel taps when they wear down. Keep them clean. A well-cared-for pair of shoes, even an older pair, speaks volumes about your attention to detail. It says so much more than a brand new pair that's covered in scuffs. Because true elegance, always, is found in the details. Okay, we've talked about the individual bricks, the foundation, the colors, the finishing touches. Now, let's talk about the architectural plan for the entire house. This is part 4, building a sustainable wardrobe philosophy. This is the part that will fundamentally change how you shop and how you think about your clothes. We begin with rule number 9, and I want you to burn this one into your memory. Fashion is temporary, but style is permanent. So, let's be real for a second. How many times have you bought something just because it was all over Instagram? Because some influencer called it the must-have piece of the season? Only for you to wear it once, look at it a year later, and think, what was I thinking? It's the tempting, glittering trap of trends, and we've all fallen into it. Think about this. Some fast fashion brands now drop 52 micro-seasons a year. That's a new collection every single week. Do you see? Trying to keep up isn't just expensive. It's a race you are designed to lose. Years ago, I fell hard for the whole boho chic trend. I bought this tiered, ruffled peasant skirt because I saw young celebrities looking so cool and carefree in it. But when I wore it, I felt like I was wearing a costume. It wasn't me, a woman who loves clean lines and tailored silhouettes. That skirt sat in my closet until the day I finally gave it away. By contrast, I own a classic trench coat that I bought 15 years ago. 15 years. And to this day, when I put it on, I feel powerful, elegant, and completely myself. One of those items was fashion, and it was over in a season. The other is style, and it's eternal. The legendary designer Yves Saint Laurent said it best, "Fashions fade, style is eternal." So what's the solution? You have to know the difference. Fashion is what they are selling you in the stores right now. Style is what you choose to do with it. I want you to build your wardrobe on a 70-30th split. 70% of your closet should be those timeless, high-quality, classic pieces. The other 30%, that's your play money. That's where you can experiment with a trend you genuinely love. Maybe it's a blouse in the color of the year, or a handbag with a trendy shape. That way, you stay current, but you never lose the core of who you are. And speaking of those timeless classics, there is nothing more classic than the color black. But, and this is a big but, there's a huge difference between asterisk wearing black with intention and asterisk hiding in black. Which brings us to rule number 10. Master the art of wearing black. Don't let it swallow you whole. Is your closet a black hole? Do you find yourself reaching for an all-black outfit simply because it's easy and you think it's safe? Black is chic. It is powerful. That much is true. But wearing too much black in the exact same material can make you look flat, boring, and frankly, it can be draining. I went through a phase where I only wore black cotton t-shirts and black pants. I thought I looked so artsy and minimalist, but when I saw pictures of myself, I just saw a dark, shapeless blob. There was no dimension. My turning point was on a trip to Paris. I saw a woman in a cafe, dressed head to toe in black, and she was absolutely magnetic. I looked closer, and I figured out her secret. She was wearing a silky satin camisole, a pair of matte wool trousers, a slightly worn leather jacket, and suede boots. 4 black pieces, 4 completely different textures. The contrast between shiny and matte, soft and structured, smooth and textured, it created a symphony in black. It was alive. So, what is the art of wearing black? It's one word: texture. The next time you wear an all-black outfit, your new rule is to combine at least 2, preferably 3, different textures. A cashmere sweater with a leather skirt, a silk blouse with black jeans. The variety in texture is what will make your black outfits look intentional and expensive, not lazy. And this mastery of texture and material isn't just for black outfits. It's the key to looking elegant and in sync with the world around you. Which brings us to the final philosophy in this section, rule number 11, dress in harmony with the seasons. Have you ever seen someone sweating in a thick wool sweater in July, or shivering in a flimsy sundress on a cold, windy day? It looks off, doesn't it? Elegance is about being in harmony with your body, with the occasion, and with the world around you. Wearing clothes that are wrong for the season not only makes you uncomfortable, it shows a lack of awareness, a lack of connection to your environment. For me, the changing of the seasons is a cherished ritual. When summer arrives, I love packing away my heavy wools and cashmere and bringing out my crisp linens, my breezy cotton dresses, my straw bags. It feels light and fresh. And when that first cool autumn breeze hits, there's nothing better than the feeling of pulling on a cozy sweater and a pair of soft leather boots. It feels comforting and right. Every season has its own beauty, its own color palette, and its own textures. Summer is for linen, cotton, and silk in light colors. Autumn is for wool, leather, and tweed in rich, warm earth tones. Dressing for the season doesn't just keep you comfortable, it shows you are a person who is present and deeply connected to the rhythm of life. And the most important skill for adapting to the weather is the art of layering. The rule is simple: thinnest layer closest to your body, getting thicker as you go out. For example, a cotton tee with a silk blouse worn open over it like a jacket, and finally a blazer or a trench coat on top of that. Layering not only keeps you prepared for any temperature changes throughout the day, it also adds depth and visual interest to your outfit. This is how you build a wardrobe that is intelligent, sustainable, and truly thoughtful. Okay, we've been on quite a journey together, haven't we? We built the perfect foundation with fit and fabric. We learned how to paint our own picture with color and pattern. And we've developed a smart, sustainable wardrobe philosophy. All of that is incredibly important. But I have to tell you something, and I need you to really hear this. Even the most perfect outfit in the world is rendered completely meaningless without the final two elements we're about to cover. I want you to think of yourself as an artist, and your outfit is the masterpiece you've spent all this time creating. But a masterpiece, no matter how beautiful, needs a worthy frame, and it needs to be hung in the right gallery. That frame, that is your personal grooming and polish. And that gallery, that is the art of dressing for the right occasion. This is our final chapter, Part 5, the art of holistic elegance. You could be wearing a $2,000 outfit, but if your hair is messy and unkempt, if your nails are chipped and peeling, if you look tired and uncared for, what message are you really sending? You're sending a message of carelessness, of disrespect for yourself. True elegance and carelessness cannot exist in the same room. And on the flip side, you could be perfectly polished from head to toe, but you show up in the wrong place. A sequin cocktail dress to a Monday morning board meeting? Yoga pants to a formal anniversary dinner? What message are you sending then? You're sending a message of disrespect for the occasion and for the people you're with. So, in this final section, we are moving beyond the clothes. We are talking about you, the person who brings those clothes to life. We are going to put the final, crucial pieces of the puzzle into place. This is where we elevate your style from just being well-dressed to being truly, holistically elegant. Are you ready? Let's dive in. So, there you have it. We've journeyed through it all together, haven't we? We've built the 5 core pillars of your new style architecture. From the non-negotiable foundation of fit and fabric, to creating your visual language with color and pattern, the art of finishing with accessories and shoes, building a sustainable wardrobe philosophy, and finally, achieving that total, holistic polish. But if there's only one thing you take away from our time together today, let it be this: elegance is not a rigid set of rules you have to memorize. It is not a mathematical formula. It is the beautiful result of 2 simple but incredibly powerful things: intention in every choice you make, and an honest understanding of yourself. Here's the ultimate lesson. Your style is your story. It's a journey of self-discovery and self-expression, not a final destination you have to arrive at. So I want you to stop thinking of your closet as a chaotic warehouse, stuffed with random items and past mistakes. And I want you to start treating it like your own personal, curated gallery. A place where every single piece has a purpose, where every item reflects a value and a beautiful part of your life. And you don't have to do it all overnight. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So start small. Start tomorrow. Maybe your first step is simply taking those favorite trousers to the tailor to get the fit just right. Maybe it's deciding to invest in one great quality white shirt instead of 3 cheap ones. Or maybe it's just taking an extra 5 minutes in the morning to choose a pair of earrings that makes you feel amazing. It's those small, intentional actions that create a massive shift over time. And never, ever forget, the most powerful and inspiring message I can leave you with is this: the most elegant woman in any room is always the one who is the most confident, comfortable, and authentic version of herself. Thank you so much for watching. But wait, before you go, mastering the foundational principles we talked about today is the single most important first step. But it's only half the battle. To build a truly sophisticated style, knowing what to do is just as important as knowing what not to do. Avoiding the common pitfalls is the secret shortcut on your journey. So, if you are really serious about being confident, youthful, and beautiful, then the next video on You 50s, don't wear these 12 items if you want to be elegant. Healthy aging tips is the other half of the equation that you absolutely cannot miss. Make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. I will see you in the next one.